Hi, I'm Pyrebomb, and I'm here to make a super basic tutorial on how to play League of Legends. When I started League of Legends, I remember I couldn't really find much to actually help me get into playing, and I think that's still the case. I haven't seen too many tutorials saying about how the basics of the game I played. So hopefully this helps you out. If you do know about the game already, this won't help so much, but I will be making some videos in the future, so make sure you watch out for them. So once you log on to League of Legends, you'll find this screen. And you will be at level 1, of course. To get into a game, you press the play button at the top, and you come into co-op versus AI. This puts you against the bots. I'd suggest you go against bots for the beginning, because against players it's a bit more of a increase in skill, especially as there are a lot of people high levels making low level accounts. So you try and keep it out of that area. Come into the classic, and then click the Summoner's Rift 5v5, and then beginner, and then match me with teammates, and it'll put you in a queue, and it'll put you into the game, etc. So we'll just wait for the queue. There we go, 5 seconds. It wasn't much. Press accept when you're ready. You'll start off with about 10 free champions, I think. I'm not sure how many exactly, but for this tutorial, I'm going to show you Annie. Annie's one of the easiest champions to learn personally, I'd say, just to get you into the hang of the game. And she's, I think, 450 IP, so after about 3 or 4 games you should be able to afford her. So it gives you something a bit relatable, so you can relate to her a bit better. We have Runes and Masteries. These are 2 customization options, which I'm not going to say anything about this tutorial, as this is super basic, so we're going to skip that out. We do have summoner spells as well, and it will show you these. You should only have about 6 unlocked, I think. I'm also not going to touch them. So I'll show them in a video to come, but for now, just forget about them. We're just going to go straight into the game. Don't be thrown by my overlay as well. This is my stream, so I do have an overlay to make it look a bit prettier. Everything will be very similar in-game. This just goes over the top, so don't worry about that. You should be able to work out where everything is. I'll try and make it so it's as understandable as possible. So everybody's locked in. Once you've got your choice, make sure you lock in and you're ready. And then you just wait for the timer. And here we go. This is actually getting into the game. So this is me, Annie, my username Pyrebomb, and my teammates are all on the same side as me. The enemy's team is on the other side, and obviously in this game they're all going to be bots. So they're Ashbot, Trundlebot, etc. You can see the summon spells. As I said, don't worry too much about them, and I'll try and tell you more about them in the future. We'll just wait for everyone to connect. This guy's not loaded in yet. This guy could be here a while. Overall, the video should be about 15 minutes or so. Hopefully, it gives you the really basic understanding of the game. It's a MOBA genre, similar to Dota, similar to HON, etc. It's very hard to get into if you've never played a Dota before. If you have played a Dota, I wouldn't worry too much. It should be very simple. League of Legends is one of the most simple MOBAs to get into, I think. I have played the other 2. So we're still waiting for our player to connect. Here he is. So we can just wait for that. Anything else I want to say before we get into the game? I don't think there's too much in terms of the actual gameplay. Sometimes you may want to mute players. There seems to be a fairly negative side of the community. It's got so much better than it used to. I'd say like even 70% better than it used to be. But there are still people out there who might make you want to enjoy the game a bit less, and you have to watch out for them. If you do want to, I'll show you how to mute them later, and that'll just be a simple fix. You just have to ignore them. Basically, you have to get some rough skin. So once everyone's loaded in, we can get to it. I think at the moment there are about 107 champions, so within time you will understand which all the champions do, but don't expect to know anywhere near as soon as you begin. It takes so long to learn what each of them do. So it could be daunting. Same with the items in-game. Items are really daunting as well because there's so many of them. But you just got to keep calm, and once you keep playing, it'll finally come to you. Yeah, this guy's going very slow. This is adding unnecessary time. I don't think there's anything else I can say to really fill in the time. Usually, if you want to get better at League of Legends, once you have learned the basics, you might want to go and watch some streams. They can be seen mainly at Twitch TV. You can either watch streams or the League games. They're commentated by the casters. They're really good. Or you might be able to find other similar videos around YouTube. And hopefully, I'm looking at making a series that will help you with that. So You just gotta find the resources you can. When I started, there wasn't many resources, so it's pretty much learn what you can. I do stream as well. As I said, this is my stream layout, so if you want to watch my stream, I should stream about daily, and it should be about daily. There might be a couple of days off. I'll put the link in the description box below. So when we're in, we're almost there. Okay, so I'll start telling you about the champion spells, etc. I guess each champion is completely unique. They're completely different to every other champion, and they have 4 spells each. I'll show you once we get into the game. These 4 spells are bound onto Q, W, E, and R. As I said, they're different on each champion, so you would have to learn the champion to realize which spell's which. You get 1 spell point each level, and you can put the spell point into each spell every level, except for your 4th spell, which is your ultimate, and that can only be put into spell points in level 6, level 11, and level 16. So, but once you get to level 6, the ultimate is usually the really strong spell, the one you want to be using. Okay, so we finally made it into the game. For the people that are completely new to this, to move around you must right-click. Your character will move to where you right-click to. Actually, I'll put it on the same setting as you have, so the camera will be locked. You'll be centralized on the screen like this. Once you get more used to the controls, you start understanding, etc., and then you can start to move away from camera setting if you want to. Not everyone likes to. So to open the shop, there's this shop here, or in the bottom left you can click on the gold icon, and I would suggest you click Sorcerer's Boots, click the Boots of Speed, buy them, and then you go to the bottom, buy 3 health potions. That's a basic setup for a game you might want. That helps you stick in lane, and helps you, it keeps sustained. You won't understand so much. You're not expected to understand so much. So basically this Elise has asked me to leash. Don't listen to anything I say here, because this wouldn't be expected in a game that you play. So the attacks are the same if you want to attack the enemy as well. You will right click on them, and depending on your character, you'll either fire a ranged attack at them, or you'll go up to them, smash them a couple of times. It's just, once again, one of those things you've got to make sure you know which each champion is. Okay, so you'll see here that the minions have spawned. They come out of the Nexus, which each team has 1 of, and they're coming along, and they'll meet in the middle, where they'll meet the enemy minions. I'm going to put my first point in Q. If you don't understand what to do for the levels, etc., go to solarmid.net. I'll put the link in the description as well, so you can see which build, etc., for your character to make you the strongest you can be. So as you can see here, I'm right-clicking the minions, and if I get the last hit, the killing blow, then I get gold for that minion. So I'll try not to move around. As you see here, I got 15 gold for getting the last hit on the minion. Basically, you want to try and get as many last hits as possible. To cast a spell, as I said, they're bound to Q, W, E, and R. I'll show you on this minion. You'll see the Q, you press Q, and then you'll get a target up, and then you must left-click on the target. And then you'll get, then it'll fire the attack at the enemy. As Annie, if you get the last hit as Q, then your mana will it'll regenerate, so you don't lose any mana for that spell. So this Annie's going to attack me. Don't worry too much, because at this level they're going to be really basic bots, so they're not going to be too aggressive. But I'll just attack her back as I did, and try and get as many CS as I can. Don't worry if you're not very good at this, because this is definitely one of the main things that comes with experience. So as you saw there, my W is a cone-shaped spell. That's an area of effect, so it does damage to more than one person at a time. I'll show you in a second the area of effect that it has. Okay, so you can see here, that's the area of effect. This Elise seems to want to gank, which you shouldn't expect to be known about, because the Elise is taking it a bit too serious for a boss game, so I'm sorry if it's a bit fast for you. So basically, you got the kill. We get gold for getting the kill as well. As you saw, when the minions got close to the tower does attack them. This also happens on the opposite side. There's a tower just up here. This is the enemy teams, and I'm going to show you. Once you get close, it does do damage to you. You don't want to be taking damage, because that's going to whittle your health down so fast. So be careful of that. As you see now, my health is really low. I have items. I bought health potions earlier on, so I can make sure I stay in lane. So to use them, I press number 2, as it's in my second slot. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I press that and I'm healing up over time. So it's not instant, but it should help you a lot. So I'm just going to carry on farming. This Elise seems to want to play again. We should probably get a kill here. Yep. So don't expect anyone to come to your lane just like that. He seems to be a fairly experienced player at least, and taking it to a level it shouldn't need to be. So as you can see here, we're attacking the tower. Make sure you're with your minions so they can take the damage and you don't take any damage, because as I said earlier, it's going to hurt you a lot if you're taking the damage. So I'm going to carry on trying to get the last hits while we're attacking the tower. That's just going to help me out as well. You can see my gold in the bottom left. I'm at 1322. You start to, once you learn the game, you realize how much each item costs and what you want to save up, how much you want to save up for. You can also see my stats in the top right corner. I am 1 kill, 0 deaths, and 1 assist. I got an assist from helping kill one of the enemies. And I'm also 22 CS. CS is the creep score, which is how many last hits I've got on the minions. So CS is pretty important. So I'm just going to carry on using my spells, trying to get the CS as much as I can. And we'll carry on with that. My E is a shield, which I can use, which reduces the damage from enemy attacks for 5 seconds. So that's really useful if you feel like you're in a sticky situation. It can help you out so much. So I'm going to just put a little bit of damage on the enemy just to make it a bit harder for them. I like to keep moving around because then I don't attack the minions accidentally. And I use my ultimate there, which I haven't explained my ultimate, but basically I summon this big bear. It's called Tibbers. And it does damage in AoE area, a area of effect. And it summons, so I keep it for how long? I think 30 seconds. 45 seconds. So Tibbers is really strong, and it's one of the reasons. Well, Annie's got a good skill set. It's one of the reasons I think she's a good character for new players to play with, because she teaches you the basics pretty much. So as I said before, just carry on. I'm going to go back just to show you what it's like. Pretty much. I don't really need to go back because I still got 1 health potion, but if I press B on my keyboard, that B is the default binding, I recall, and that means I'll teleport back to base. You can teleport back to base at any time, but if you are attacked during that teleport time, it'll stop, so you need to make sure you teleport back in a safe place. I'm going to build, these are the recommended items, and I'm going to start off by building some of the recommended items. So Catalyst, Sorcerer's Shoes. I understand what it means, you will not, so you don't need to worry too much about that. Just make sure you follow the guides, etc., which you find on solomid.net. So once you take the turret down, you want to aim for the next turret. You want to try and get the turrets down. Once you get a turret, it gives everyone on the team 150 gold. Once you take down 2 turrets, you get to a 3rd turret, and once you get that 3rd turret down, you get access to Kill an Inhibitor, which makes all the minions in your lane, on your side, stronger. So I'll try and push to there as soon as possible. So now I've gotten back to buy, I'm really strong. So if I wanted to fight this person, you'd see how strong I am. Don't expect to make spells go so smoothly as when you first start, because, as I said, I played for a long time. I understand what the spells do, etc. And there you go, 3 kills. So that was just a show-off of skills, I suppose. Show-off of Annie's potential. I didn't have that many kills, but I was still pretty strong, so I could just take out the enemy. So I'm going to siege this 2nd turret. I've got Renekton here now. I'm getting attacked by the tower. If you hear the bing sound that you just heard, it's because you're getting attacked by a tower. Try and move out of it, because it is going to hurt. I'm going to use my health potion, press number 2. It won't always be on number 2, so you have to make sure you realize which slot it's in your items, which is in the bottom left. So I'm level 9. 2 more levels and I can level my ultimate to level 2. That'll make me even stronger. But at the moment, I'm just leveling it up. Mainly, I'm making sure I put it into Q first, and then after I've got Q to level 5, I can get W up. Actually, I have missed a point in Q, so that's bad by me. But it's just for... I'll make the excuse, it's just for tutorial purpose. So now I'm strong, I can put constant harass down. I'm not expecting you to... There's a lot to think about in a new game. So I'm just going to carry on doing my usual business, trying to get the towers down. And that's how strong Annie is. Some champions have more armor than others and more magic resist. I'm not going to go into detail what they are, because that's something that's going to come in the future as well. But that just means basically they can take more hits by you. So just keep it in mind for a future tutorial. So I'm going to just basically play as I have been the rest of the game. I'm not going to explain too much in depth of the game. It may seem like it's a bit of a boring game by what I've showed, but I'm just showing the real basics, and at the beginning that's what you want to learn, because basically once you get the basics down you can start getting into the nitty-gritty fun parts of the game, and that's when you'll start to have fun. So I'm pretty limited at the moment, and I'll just show what I can. So I'm going to carry on attacking this person. And then I get an easy kill. And now I'm level 11, I just leveled up my ultimate. So that's going to be really strong. So I'm just going to keep getting some more CS. I'm on 66 at the moment, you can see on the top. 7 kills, 0 deaths, 1 assist. And we'll go back to the tower, I suppose. And carry on getting the tower down. This is the inhibitor I was talking about. Once we kill that, then the lane will have super minions, and they're really strong. They push really hard, so that will give your team an overall advantage. So you want to try and get that when you can. If you got the opportunity, it's really good for your team. So you'll see this is also a showcase of Annie power, and you just see it's an easy 1v2 and double kill with a couple of spells. Carry on like usual. I probably should heal up. I'm half health, so I'll probably use both potions here. I have 4,000 gold. That's loads of money. I could have got a kill over there, but I wasn't really looking. It's hard to see with the locked camera, which is why some people like to have it unlocked. You'll see I used 2 different spells. I'm not going to explain them. They're the summoner spells that I was talking about earlier, but they will probably come in the next episode because they're fairly important. Yeah, I'll save that for later. Don't need to worry too much about that. So carry on with just buying what you want. I'm going to get some more health potions to make sure I can stay, and then just walk back to where I was before, and then carry on and try to win the game for the team. If you've watched any of the League videos before, you'll see that it's never this simple. Usually games last between about 30 or 40 minutes. That's an average time. You can surrender after 20 minutes, but bots won't surrender, unfortunately, but you can just beat them quickly. You'll see that now I've got even better items that I'm going to do so much damage. Here's the super minion I was talking about. There's my damage. And that was an easy triple kill. So you see, once you've got items, then that's pretty much what you want. You want to get as many items as you can to give you a better advantage over the other team. So we're taking the Nexus turrets now. These are the ones protecting the Nexus. Once you've got both of these down, you can start attacking the Nexus, which is the main objective of the game. You want to be the first team to defeat the enemy's team Nexus. So we're taking that down pretty fast as well. Super minions are so strong. And finally, we're taking down the Nexus after 15 minutes. So I tried to make the tutorial overall as short as possible, which is why I've shown as little of the actual gameplay as possible. But hopefully you understand, hopefully you get the gist of how to actually play the game. And here we go, we finish it. There we go, we got the last hit, and that's victory to us. So hopefully, I think I've explained everything that's going to make it easy for you to actually be able to get into the game. Hopefully you understand to the basic degree of how the game works, and hopefully you can get into the game, try it out for a few times yourself. I will be doing another tutorial, so watch out for that. I'm going to be doing a lot. It's going to be a full series, hopefully. So watch the tutorial. Hopefully it'll help you out, and hopefully it can get you involved in League of Legends, which is such a fun game. You just got to get into it. Did I say earlier that it took me 15 games to get into it? I think I did. But it took a while. Don't give up. Give it a few games. Just give it the best, and then soon you might find it's one of the best games you've played. Who knows? If you've liked the video, please like and favourite. Obviously it helps me out loads, especially being a new channel. As I said before, if you want to learn, I do stream almost daily. So look at my stream in the description. I should play. It should be around 5 p.m. GMT most days. So if you want to like my Facebook as well, it's also /Pirate Bomb. I will always advertise when I'm going to stream on there, so you'll never miss out. So hopefully I can help you out with that. And if there's anything else, I'm sorry if I missed it, and I'll try and go over the video and fill it in. But thanks for watching.